morning, peoples. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. We are doing fantastic. My office looks a little cray-cray. Am I glaring? I'm wearing my glasses more, guys, because I find that I'm not nearly as dizzy when I wear these. Imagine that. I think I need to go get my eyes examined and checked out and bite the old bullet of probably getting glasses. Anyway, we are just getting some chores done, getting our school done. I'm working on some email stuff. But today we are actually going to take you, you've seen it a little bit before, but like it's been a minute since you've seen it. We are going to take you back to one of the homes that we have built. It's technically a rental now, but it is a home that we lived in for 4 years prior to little blue house that you saw us in when we first started vlogging before we built this home and moved here. So this was one of our little rentals that we moved into. I brought 2 babies home there. It has some really, really great memories in it. The place that we lived for 4 years. We essentially lived there so that we were able to start our business, GRS Controls, that is still operational today, debt-free. So we sold our house. We sold one of the homes that we built prior to. We sold that house that you've actually seen. You've actually seen it. Was the little greenhouse. I'll link to it here. And we sold that house and then we moved into this little rental. So we downsized. We moved into the rental. We only had 1 baby at the time. Started GRS Controls right when Evelyn was born. So we did all that. So we lived there for 4 years while we saved, while we built the business, things like that, so that we were able to save up for this home. When we added Garrett to the mix, when we added a 3rd baby into this 800 square foot home, it got a little tight. So I was like, well, either we need to finish building the home, or we need to get a different rental. And that's when we decided to move into the little blue house. They're both blue. That's kind of funny. I don't know how to refer to it. But the other little blue house, the 2-story that you guys saw where we actually started vlogging, that's where we went. So anyway, long story short, the renters just moved out. They got PCS'd out of here. So I'm gonna go take you over there. I'm gonna show you all of the awesomeness, all the neat memories, have the kids talk about it, and it's just this cute little quaint little house. So I'm gonna take you there, show you around. Don't know what my baby's doing. I have not yet seen him today, this morning, anytime. But he's turning and burning. He's got a lot on his plate. Evelyn's ukulele. I got Evelyn a ukulele. It will be coming today. She's very excited because we keep sharing. Finally ripped my nails off because they were bothering me. Not a nail person much anymore. I love having them done, but I cannot wear them for a long duration. Let's continue on with the day. I'm gonna go finish up my laundry. I'm gonna do some office work. We're gonna finish up some school. It's gonna be a good time. Let's check in on Bert, maybe, and seeing how he's doing.
Just got back from lunch. I walked all the way home from work without a vehicle, because it's like 60 feet that way, but that's okay. I am grinding out the old submittals and all the craziness. Shout out to Tara. I know she's one of our happy peoples, and I know you know the battle on submittals and redesign, and that's just what we do here in the company. So we've got something else going on today. We actually have to go to one of our first houses, really small houses that we lived in, so we can be able to afford to start this company and be able to put money toward the house that we're in now. I'm gonna get back to work. I'll send you into them, but this should be fun having you look at one of the first houses we lived in. It'll be like nostalgic. Oops. Well,
I gotta go fix that.
oops. That's all right, at least we got it out to fix it.
What the frame?
Oh, we bent the frame. Seriously. Oh my goodness, can't have nothing nice. Good morning, happy peoples. Hope you guys are doing awesome and amazing and wonderful. Today, lots of things happening. There's always something happening today because it's a new battle every day. Well, one thing that we have going on today is we dug out the old van, old Bessie, and because we might go put him on a job site, we're not sure, or I might go actually use it for a vehicle because I don't have a car right now still. So anyway, I've got my guys there working on it. They're gonna do some repairs on it. We got all dug out, so that's pretty awesome. Something else, it's just nice to have a spare backup vehicle just in case something goes down. So it's a pretty nice, I mean, it's an old van. It's like a 2000, no, it's a 2000. Okay, it's 20 years old, got it. 106,000 miles, but it's four-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive and running means it's actually worth money here in Alaska, even if the book doesn't say so. All right, let's get the family loaded up, and I'll bring you and show you our old house. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look what's still here. Look what's still here.
Did we put that in there?
We did.
So this is the place. This is where we lived for 4 years. Brought 2 babies home here. Wow.
I need to go potty.
You need to go potty?
Wait, does it still work?
Yeah, I think it still works.
It still works.
It still works. So this is the room. This is the room that all the kiddos shared.
Bunk beds here with crib to try to make the most
To make
space.
little Garrett come in.
Not like.
This was your first room ever. Yeah.
Remember?
No,
You
he
don't
doesn't
remember. You were like a
remember.
little tiny baby.
He was a little tiny baby. Is we actually, because we were getting very tight, very claustro in here, is we turned the garage, we had like our food storage out there, and then we made it like a playroom. So I put like a big carpet out there, put all the kids' toys out there, and that's where they would go play a lot of times because it was very small. I painted all these walls.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
By myself. Yes, I did. Fun fact, we did have a grease fire here, and we had maple cabinets,
People move houses?
and
Okay.
it all caught on fire. I put it out. I had an oven mitt, and I put it all out like this. This is the reenactment. Like that. And kids, chuck it. Well, I did that first before I put out the fire. Threw them all outside, came back in. It's getting quite smoky, and I was like, I gotta get this out real soon. Long story short, we replaced all the cabinetry, so I tried the dark look to see if I liked it dark. And it actually is really, really pretty. So like I said earlier, one of the main reasons why we decided to move into one of our rentals, we sold our house, the greenhouse that you guys have seen. We sold that. We moved in here to essentially start GRS controls. I said, babe, why don't we just move from green? Let's move into one of our rentals and be able to take that money and invest in his company. So, good time.
The reason we started our company is it started actually on our first child when you were pregnant with Audrey.
I was pregnant with Audrey, yep.
Because when she was pregnant with Audrey, she gets super sick. She has a condition known HG, or I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but hypermesis gravidarum. It's she throwing up so many times a day, like a dozen plus, and immediately after she does, I'm sorry if I'm grossing some of you guys out, you have to immediately make a meal quick on the fly to try to put food in her. And it's just, we had no idea we had this. Like, it affected her job, it affected mine. And I can see her, like, in her eyes, she would struggle to just maintain any kind of nutrition down because she knew she was just fighting for her baby. It wasn't for her, it was for her baby. Cool thing was, I worked for the most awesome company and had the most awesome boss. And he was very flexible. He'd let me do pretty much whatever I want as long as I was honest with my time cards and as long as I kept my projects. He'd hand me drawings and say, make the job work. And it was great. And even though with all these struggles, that worked. That really did work with my previous company. Now what changed is we got pregnant with number 2, and we're thinking, well, maybe it'll be a boy, maybe it won't happen that way.
Or maybe it'll just be better because every pregnancy's different.
Right. We got a lot of organic stuff. We got like a whole lot of health things we introduced.
Things like really
to try
early
to,
on, like before we were even trying to get pregnant.
Right. We're like, okay, so we're going to hit this intentionally, right?
Yeah.
And then the exact same thing happened. And here's the difference. And this is why we started our company. The company that we had was an awesome company, but it was bought out by a corporation that was interested in dollars, as opposed to, if they did, the corporation stepped in and changed it and basically made employees the least valuable commodity in the whole situation. So my boss was feeling, and I still feel bad to this day, because he's like, hey Bert, I can't do this anymore. I need you to come in on Monday or I'm gonna have to literally lay you off. And I don't blame him, because I mean, I run a business now, so I understand you have positions you have to fill. And I know he felt so bad because it wasn't like I was being a loser
slacker,
or something.
right.
I'm trying to take care of my wife.
Right.
And
your little kid.
Little baby,
Yeah.
I know. So like when I'm making her meal, it's like I'm feeding our baby.
Oh, and you're taking Audrey.
And taking care of Audrey. And
yeah.
It was a wake-up call to me. I need to change this. I need to change this. I cannot have our financial future and our just being able to provide for my family be in the hands of some kind of a corporate situation. You said, hey, let's start our own control company. And she had some experience working at a printing company. She had to do spec books and PDF batch merging and drawing. So she actually had that
brought a little
base.
bit different skill set that could kind of complement him a little bit.
And I Googled a lot. Telling me that work there, they're like, you can't start a company. You didn't even go to college. And I'm like, maybe I can hire people that did.
Which is what we have done. We've done that.
That is exactly what we have done.
We have done that. That's so funny.
And then, so what happened was that was a motivation to start our business and to be able to just have, I'm like, if I just got 1 or 2 of these jobs that I'm doing and making all this money for my other company for,
it'd be able to sustain us.
we could feed our family.
Right. Where this house comes into play is that this house allowed us to make those financial pushes to be able to get his business off the ground, buying pieces and parts and
vans
and oh yeah, we had a lot, not a huge startup cost, but a fair amount for the business that we were going into. So super grateful for this home.
Right.
The great thing about this home is it's really small, but it cleans up super fast. You have very little to clean. But it does get messy very fast. But it was a fantastic home. I was just telling Evelyn the other day about when we were doing our food storage video, link if you haven't seen it, of doing like some of my long-term food processing. I was like 7-8 months pregnant with her, and I'm sitting there and I'm like vacuum sealing my pastas.
7 months is about right when she stops being as intense of her sickness.
Right, so I'm down for about 6 months. And then I start getting just a little bit of I still throw up every day up until I give birth, but nothing like in the beginning. So yeah, but yeah, this is our home.
This did
so fun. I love it.
But when I had Garrett, what we did was I actually built right out here. I built a small little 10 by 18 building, and that 10 by 18 building I just ran. I put, desk, it looks actually very much like my office does now. And I just worked over there, so when she was pregnant with Garrett, I could just be right here, and I could come right over, and I could take care of her, but I could still go over and answer the phone, and take calls like I'm in like this big office building. This created something for me that I felt that our business needs to be a family first business.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've done. A lot of our employees, they work out of their homes. They're stay-at-home moms that are highly talented. We give them company laptops. Mm-hmm. One of our main employees has a special needs daughter, and we accommodate to be able to make that happen. So he's always home on the weekends, no matter if we have out-of-town jobs. Yep. Anyway, so that's the story.
For little Paigey.
I was literally fired to be able to make you come into the world. Do you realize that?
But we love it.
You were worth every bit.
She's as old as the business.
Oh, yeah, exactly. we started the same year that you were born.
Yep.
Everything about this house, because you were the oldest, so you might
Yes,
remember.
a little bit.
So, Audrey, where was your room? Where did you sleep?
I had to share a room.
You had to share a room,
This room.
Yeah.
Right here. I had to share.
and Daddy made you like a bunk bed, right?
Oh yeah. A bunk bed, and I think Garrett had like a crib.
Yep.
I don't somewhere. So.
It was very tight and cozy in here, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cool.
Let us know, guys. Have you ever experienced a decision or something that came your way, came down the pike, that was like a life-altering almost decision? Like you can look back on it and you can be like, oh, well, that completely changed my course, how my life panned out. And for us, selling our greenhouse, moving into this rental, and starting GRS Controls, that is definitely a pivotal point. So let me know, comments below, if you have ever experienced something like that. We'd love to know. I think we're gonna call this one a night. We might go to the gym, don't know. It's getting kind of late. We might just hunker in. We're both very, very tired. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps out our channel. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe, hit that like button, ring that notification. Close out in 3, 2, 1. Thanks for watching.